Alright, hello, it's Kinninigan. Did I scare you? You probably didn't expect to see me on video. I almost had a scare here because I haven't used my camera in so long. I have to assemble my camera when I use it. I use a Logitech conference cam. And the reason why is because I could sit here at eye level and look right into the camera rather than a camera being above me or below me where you're looking down or up at an angle. That's because the conference cam, if you know about them, they're on a pole, and then the camera comes up, and so it sits right in front of my computer screen, and I can look at my computer screen, and I'm at eye level, which is something pretty cool. And if you notice, you can't see my microphone because I do not like having things in front of my face on camera. I know everyone podcasts and they have microphones in front of their face. But by the way, this is the new. This was donated to me. Yeah, you probably see very few podcasters using these. It's an Audio Technica BP40. It's a good mic. I haven't added any filters to this, so you may hear some background noise. You may hear birds in the background or a hum. The hum is actually a fan I have on right now. I had to make sure all my equipment worked before I could promise to do a live stream because I haven't used this equipment in a while. Mainly the lights I have, which actually look better at nighttime. I'm doing this during the day, which is why I prefer streaming at night. But in summertime, it doesn't get dark till 8:30 at night. I'm not waiting that late to stream, so whatever. But the sun goes down, and it does darken up a little bit, like after 7 p.m. I've had a lot of new subscribers here. So basically what happened was with my camera, it's like trying to get a lawnmower to start that's been sitting in your garage all winter. Or, you know, you got to... The connectors on it were covered in cigarette smoke and marijuana. I'm not going to lie, I smoke in my house. But I do clean... I scrub the walls in this room all the time. So people are like, I don't smoke in the house. Well, that's why... That's what cleaning products are for. You don't want to be smoking outside if you live in Philly like me, because everyone that walks by will be trying to bum a cigarette off you. That's the truth. I'll teach you how to be street smart. Shiny things attract barracudas. Remember that. You don't want to be walking down the streets in Philly pulling out a pack of Newport 100s. That's liquid gold in Philadelphia. I've known people that have been robbed for cigarettes because they're $15 a pack in Philly now. Yes, I'm not going to quit smoking. It's one of my only vices. But I do want to live stream. Thanks to the new subs that have come here. Not really going to... I know who Kurt Metzger is. He's always on the Jimmy Dore show. I'm kind of, you know, I like to think Jimmy Dore is legit, but you never know. You'd be surprised. Over the past few weeks, I've been doing some deep dives on big YouTube channel, specifically ones that are promoting drama on this platform. This is why I need to go back to live streaming. We need some quality entertainment here on YouTube. We need some educational content here on YouTube. Not just streamers reacting to streamers reacting to streamers. Now, I do reaction videos, but it's usually in the context of somebody shape-shifting or someone mentioning something about the occult or hidden symbolism. That's a little different. Okay, I call that analyzing things. Yeah. And, you know, that's kind of what they're getting people drawn into. It's like reality TV. Remember that reality TV took over in the early 2000s, the Kardashians, the Osbournes, Gene Simmons. Yeah, all those Zionists. They're not even great musicians, most of them, tell you the truth. Gene Simmons is not a real good bass player. But he's a Zionist. He's a self-proclaimed Zionist, actually. and he's like 80 years old and wears a wig like he's still friggin' 30 years old. Yeah, so that kind of same thing has been happening on these platforms. If you haven't noticed, they're trying to pull people into drama. There's I just made a video recently that Twitch streamer Hassan Piker is a Freemason. And now there's this bullshit going around on YouTube that he's under FBI investigation for going to Cuba. That's all bullshit. This is, like I said, engineered drama. There's no way a Freemason is going to be under investigation for traveling to Cuba. I'm sure there's Masonic lodges in Cuba. He probably visited one while he was there. And being that it's Cuban, they're going to have the Prince Hall lodges because they're not white, and Zionists are pretty damn racist if you know anything about how they operate. So, I'm just not getting pulled into any of this. So, anyway, I fixed some things with my camera. It's nothing that I have isopropyl alcohol and Q-tips, and that's how you clean the connection. What it is the connections on my camera weren't used in a while, so I had to clean them. I grew up, I was born in 77. I went through every iteration of video game systems out there, from Atari cartridges to Nintendo, the old Nintendo systems, and we used to do that all the time because the connectors would get dirty. Is you take a Q-tip and some alcohol and wipe off the connectors, and then, you know, blow out the dust from inside the Nintendo, and then the video game would work again. Same idea. Same thing you do with any type of electronics. But when you don't use them for a while, they get dirty. And that's what happened with my camera. I couldn't get it to work. I was like, I can't afford a new camera right now. No. Everything appears to be working fine. I haven't added any filters or effects onto my microphone yet, which I do know how to do. Yeah, I got to put a compressor on here in the limiter. Basically, what a compressor does on a microphone, it allows you to move around like this, and it'll stabilize the audio so it doesn't change too much. And I move around a lot. But otherwise, yeah, it does sound pretty good. Just subbed, you're the first channel to connect reptilians to birds. Yep. Yes, I was. Well, actually, no, I wasn't. That was actually Jim Henson. I can't take credit for that. Maybe I was the first YouTuber to do it. That I will take credit for. I was the first YouTuber to figure out the truth about reptilians, and I'm also the poorest YouTuber out there. Point being, I'm not in the club. Now, if you want to support my channel, I would appreciate it. I always need stuff. Actually, right now, I do need marijuana. I'm not going to lie. Look, simply, if you need something, you might as well ask for it. I don't monetize my videos. I got money for a pack of cigarettes yesterday from In the Light. I'm not going to pull up the PayPal email because I keep all that private. I believe, yeah, it was. I think it was In the Light. Sent me money for a pack of cigarettes, which I did go out and get last night. So I appreciate that. And yeah, not only do I heart all the comments on my YouTube channel, I also interact with people, which is something those other big YouTubers don't seem to do. Yeah, my hair's starting to get long again. It's not that long. It's not that bad. I just wet my hair and slicked it back, but not worried about that right now. I do need a suntan. And I can actually suntan. I'm not like Irish people where I turn pink in the sun. I went to Las Vegas for 10 days, and my buddy that I stayed with out there, he's like, Kin, how the hell are you suntanning? You're not even sunburnt. You're like the first person that's ever come to Las Vegas that didn't get sunburned. You're actually out there. I said, yeah, because I have Mediterranean genes in my blood. My mom did one of those DNA tests. And here it turns out I actually have part Greek in me, which may be what in German. I don't know. Maybe that's why I suntan. But I could suntan better than most Zionists do. That's interesting. I'm probably more Semitic than they are. I'm a Euro mutt. Citizen of Earth. That's what I am. I'm an American. I don't like... We need to stop this... Yes, I think... Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the Disclosure Day movie. I can't take any more videos about the Odyssey on YouTube. They're popping. Look, this is like the cycle on YouTube. Somebody makes some stupid DEI TV show, video game, or movie, and then my whole fucking YouTube feed is full of videos reacting. Yeah, I understand. Creating content could be... This is why I would never... Like, if I was going to do something different on YouTube, I wouldn't be doing Reptilians. I would be a real video game channel, because I enjoy playing video games, and I'm good at it, and I could do... But I didn't choose that path. Maybe if I did choose that path, I'd be doing better financially. Probably. But there are people out there that claim to be quote-unquote gaming channels that don't even fucking play video games. They just do political commentary all day. I think they just use that to get their foot in the door to attract subs, and they don't even wind up playing video games. But I'll tell you what, there is a rise of alternative media channels out there. There are a lot more people covering stuff like UFOs, reptilians. I've seen quite a few videos popping up on the reaction to Disclosure Day. So now, yeah, there's no excuse now. My just a few more things I need to do. I already have a whole library of music to use on my stream that's copyright free. Although I will play copyrighted music sometimes. I know what I can get away with and what I can't. It depends on what songs you're playing and who. Yeah, that's a big coffee cup. Yeah, this is my 20-ounce coffee cup. I drink about 3 of these a day. I don't know if that's good or not. That congestion you're hearing is actually, I have allergies, and they are acting up. To go out and just get some allergy medicine. Yeah, the birds in the background are registered trademark. That's because I have a tree right behind my house. My cats love it. I've gotten used to the sound of birds all day, so it's kind of relaxing. Makes me forget that I live in the city. Well, it's not bad, but my cats watch the birds in the windows. But when a bird lands on the windowsill, thank God I have screens in my window, because my cats aren't too smart. They literally jump and hit the screen and bounce off of it. Then I look at them and they look at me like, oh, I didn't do nothing. You didn't see nothing. Yeah, they try to act dumb about it. Yeah, thank God I have screens in my windows. My cats see birds, they go in insta-kill mode. Yeah. So we need some good live streams on YouTube with reptilians, don't we? In fact, if I do a live stream, I probably should do a live stream about reptilians, because it's lacking here on YouTube, and those are always my best streams. Whenever I cover reptilians, because nobody else on YouTube is covering them, or if they are, they're not giving you good information, or they are Zionist shills talking about the lizard people. You know, the the 1,300-pound scaled reptilians with tails, which I tell people, if they look like that, you think they'd be hiding? You think if Benjamin Netanyahu was really a 1,300-pound velociraptor reptilian, he wouldn't shapeshift into his true form to keep all the goyim in line? Yeah, bullshit. Because that's not how Alpha Draconians operate. They do it from their thralls, that's what I call them, because a thrall is not exactly a slave. You can become very wealthy being a thrall. It means that you're in service to someone. And that's their, reptilian overlords. And the Disclosure Day trailer, those aliens look exactly like the alien gray I showed you when you invert the head of the Zeus statue. Which is why I told you they were trying to promote the Greek pantheon of gods. I was spot on with that one. I told you they won't show you real reptilians because I think they're too grotesque. In fact, the word grotesque is a French word that is actually rooted from reptilians. I'll give you a quick history lesson. There were French archaeologists that were excavating the palace of Nero many years ago. I think this was in the 90s. And they found these walls. They were plastered, if you know anything about Venetian plaster. And there were depictions of animals on the walls. Some of them are known, like centaurs, mermaids. That they can get away with. It's just mythology. However, on some of the walls in Nero's palace, they found these creatures on the wall, what they could not describe. And the word grotesque is actually rooted from the word grotto, because they were found in this area of the palace that was near the grotto, and it's where the word grotesque originally. They didn't know what to call these creatures. And that is the origin of the word grotesque. And that's what Alpha Draconian reptilians are. They are grotesque looking, like the Skeksis from the Dark Crystal. Since then, from what I understand, those depictions were removed from the walls of Nero's palace. If you actually go, I've seen documentaries on modern Rome. You could take tours of Nero's palace now, but mysteriously, a lot of the murals on the walls had been removed. I wonder why. Nero was a very well-known narcissist, so it wouldn't surprise me that they would have depictions of themselves on the wall in their true reptilian form. And that is the root of the word grotesque. It was from French archaeologists that discovered creatures that they could not explain on the walls in Nero's palace. Yeah. That little information I just told you there is actually going into my book about reptilians. Very interesting. Because not a lot of people know that little part of history. And, so anyway, this video is running about 20 minutes long. That's fine. I just wanted to make it. There's nothing besides what I just taught you about grottos and grotesque. There's nothing else really. So, what is today anyway? The 28th, in 3 days. We'll see. So if anyone wants to support the channel, I would appreciate it. Oh yeah, I forgot you can hype videos now, can't you? I'm getting sick of covering Zionists. I'd rather just go right to the head of the snake, pun intended, which is their reptilian overlords. Their human thralls are disposable. Netanyahu, he's a human. He was born. He's going to die. He ain't going to be here forever. But the reptilians have been here a very long time. And they're the ones that we really need to worry about. Everyone's like, Netanyahu's running. No, Netanyahu ain't running shit. He's being told what to do by people above him. People that are not in the public domain. I'll teach you about the real Illuminati. Maybe that would be a good stream. Yeah. The word Illuminati is thrown around so many times, but people really don't know what the real Illuminati are. I tell people the real members of the Illuminati are not in the public face, even in their human form. They are the aristocracy that's hiding in their mansions and estates and castles even. They're not in the public domain very often. They would be the people that you would run into at an Eyes Wide Shut party. Eyes Wide Shut, that was a Bacchus ritual. Somebody was just talking about Spielberg being Kubrick. Here it is. Spielberg isn't Kubrick. Do you know why Stanley Kubrick died? For showing Eyes Wide Shut and why they changed the ending? I learned this from Jay Wilder. Jay Wilder said originally at the end of the movie, the guy that's playing pool with Tom Cruise and tells him he was there at that party and what they were actually doing, because at the original ending of Eyes Wide Shut, he admitted that they are a secret society known as the Illuminati. And that's what the elite freaked out about. I was told by a 4th degree knight in the Knights of Columbus that was trying to get me to become a member that yes, the Illuminati is real. It is not the Illuminati that was founded by Adam Weishaupt. That is the Bavarian Illuminati. That is not the same as the Illuminati I talk about. The Illuminati I talk about are the 300 Anunnaki, 12 Ajiji, and the one dragon mother, Mamu Tiamat, who are the reptilian overlords. And no, you cannot be human and join them. So when you hear people saying things like, Beyonce's a member of the Illuminati. No, she isn't. No, he isn't. Yeah, Beyonce's a transgender. Yeah. No, you're not going to see members of the real Illuminati in the public. The only one that you see that was like the public face of the Illuminati are people like Queen Elizabeth. She was like, I call her the public relations manager, and she didn't even talk to the public very often. When she was around, people didn't talk to her. She was not, that's not someone that you, she did interviews certain times, on TV and stuff, but she was not really, same thing with Prince Philip. And, the biggest threat to the Illuminati, if you haven't figured it out, is spiritual people. Why do you think they're attacking Christians so much right now? Specifically Catholics. Yeah, ask yourself the questions. Why do they hate that Jesus guy so much? If he was just a Jewish guy who claimed he was the king of the Jews, he was nobody important. Yeah, why do they despise him so much? And why do they talk about him so much in Babylonian Talmud? Is there a curse among the Jewish people for crucifying him? Yeah, ask yourself the real questions. Donald Trump says everything woke turns to shit. No, everything that Zionists touches turns to shit, including our own country right now. Yeah, why are these people so... And I'm telling you right now, the Antichrist is going to be a reptilian shapeshifter. It's not Donald Trump. It's not Netanyahu. The Antichrist, first of all, is supposed to be charismatic. Netanyahu is not charismatic. Netanyahu is just a soulless meat puppet. He's actually Polish. He's not even Jewish. He's an Ashkenazi Jew. They're not real Jews. They're Zionists who hijacked Judaism. They don't follow the Old Testament. He lies every day. And these are people that worship Moses. Didn't Moses give you the 10 Commandments? Thou shalt not cheat, nor steal. Thou shalt not lie. Thou shalt not bear false witness. And by the way, gossip is one of the main things that the Pharisees used against Jesus to crucify him. What do Zionists do all day? They gossip. That's what I was talking about in the beginning of this video with all these content creators basically becoming gossiping little bitches on their platform, and that's all they're doing anymore. And that's just to... They're bringing down the... like I said, everything Zionists get involved with turns to shit, including YouTube, all these social media platforms, because they've lost the mainstream narrative. And it's got them freaking out. And now they want to make a... Oh, did you hear about the new thing? They're also creating a new terror... they want to make a domestic terrorist... I don't know what you would actually call this, but anyone who is opposed to AI data centers and wants to actually, like, blow them up... I shit you not. Trump's government now is trying to make a task force to go against people that are putting out anti-data center propaganda. Now it makes sense why Pam Bondi from the DOJ is going on the new AI and Science and Technology Board. Sounds like a witch hunt board to me for people that are anti-AI. Because if you haven't figured it out, it's the beast system that Alex Jones was talking about 30 years ago. Everyone taking the mark of the beast, which would be a microchip. Everything would be digital currency. Why is that? So if you make a YouTube video that they don't like, they could freeze your assets. This is what the social engineering score is in China, where they take away your privileges. It was actually an episode of Black Mirror, if you ever watched that TV show. Your social credit score. This is how pathetic they're becoming. These are not people that are in control of the world. These are people that are in defense mode right now, trying to, because they can't contain the truth. Yeah, so anyway, that's all from my rant. This is a half-hour rant about... Well, I was on video today. That was kind of good, right? Got my video camera to work. Anyway, so yeah, I do want to start live streaming it again at night. Those are always fun. I had to make sure all my equipment works. It does. So, if you could support the channel, I would appreciate it. Links are in the description. I have Cash App, PayPal, and Vemno. Or you could buy merchandise at Teespring. Or, yeah, you can also sign up to Patreon. I'll try to get some more new stuff over the thing with Patreon, I don't really like to put a lot of things behind quote-unquote paywalls. Like, I'm not going to tell you, there's stuff I want to tell you about, but I can't say it on YouTube. Yeah, fuck YouTube and fuck Sundar Pichai. That's how I feel about Google anymore. I lost a lot of money losing 10 channels on YouTube, and I have no sympathy for these Zionist piece of shit billionaires, or if they're offended by anything I say. There's something that I learned. Remember Jordan Maxwell? I remember one of the statements he said, and I use it as my philosophy to this day. I'm looking for the truth, and I don't give a damn who gets offended why I do it. That, and the other one is, the truth does not require your approval. I think that's what made me such a good researcher with reptilians. I'm a Catholic. I believe in Jesus, but I'm also able to disassociate my spiritual beliefs with the facts, with what is reality. It's like these people out there that research Bigfoot that don't want to admit that there's anything quote-unquote paranormal. Well, you might say paranormal, but they're like, oh, Bigfoot's just a dumb ape. But yeah, and then when you start researching Bigfoot, you find out that he has all these paranormal abilities like mind speak and cloaking itself. And it's like, you know what? Humans have that ability also. But because of the fluoride that's in your water that calcifies your pineal gland, because you can decalcify and activate your pineal gland, and you can then be able to do transcendental meditation, cloak yourself, use telepathy, and that was one of the things I think that separated me. And then when I made the connection with reptilians and the occult, everything kind of fell into place. Because of course, black magicians they don't want to talk about the occult. Obviously, oh, we don't practice black magic. We don't summon demons. We don't. Yeah, bullshit. So anyway, yeah, I'm on video today. Shit, as long as this video is running, I should have just made this a live stream, shouldn't I? I don't do that. If I'm going to do a live stream, we're going to learn something. Usually when I used to do my live streams, I'd spend more time getting the live stream prepared, meaning I am getting everything I need to do a lecture. And that's kind of the live streams I like doing. I don't like to just stream to come on and react to other YouTube, whatever. There's plenty of people doing that stuff. No, I actually want to do like real so maybe that might be a good idea. Maybe I should just do a stream on what the real Illuminati is. And that would be a reptilian stream, if you haven't figured that one out yet. And those are the streams, yeah, we need more reptilian streams on YouTube. What do you think? So anyway, if you could support the channel, all the links are in the description. Thank God my camera works. I just had to clean the connectors off. Like I said, they got a little dirty sitting around. That's what happens. You got to use it or you'll lose it, right? No big deal. So that, and then I'm going to tweak a few things with the audio on this, like add some compressors and stuff like that on the audio. But this mic is pretty good. It cuts out a lot of the background noise. It's a pretty good mic. I've been happy with it. This mic was donated to me, so I can't just say I was. But it is working pretty good. Now, if I do a live stream, I will make a short video and let people know. Yeah, typically I like to start streaming around probably like 7:30, around there. I prefer to do it like, I think 7 p.m. is good. And if I'm going to start live streaming again, I want to make a consistent schedule. I don't know, maybe starting out like twice a week. Fridays and Mondays, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, any questions or comments, leave them below. God bless and take care.